And blessings, family. My name is Lene, Master Healer, Master Teacher. Let me ask you guys a question. Have you ever felt like you were different? The different one, the black sheep in your family, the eyeball, the one who questions everything, the one who wants to heal, the one who wants to do better, especially for your children. If that resonates with you, there is a strong possibility that you are the one who was chosen to break generational cycles and patterns in your bloodline. Today we are going to talk about the signs that you may be the one who was chosen to break generational curses in your family. Because breaking generational curses, patterns, is not easy work. It takes awareness, courage, and the willingness to look deep within yourself. And when you do the work, you don't just change your life, you change the future of the ones who came before and after you. So let's go deeper. The first sign that you may be the one breaking generational curses is self-awareness. You begin observing yourself, your thoughts, your emotions, your reactions. Instead of blaming everyone and everything around you, you start asking yourself deeper questions. Why do I react like this? Why does this trigger me? Why do I keep repeating certain patterns? When you begin observing your own thoughts and emotions, you begin taking your power back. That level of awareness is the beginning of truth, of the true healing. The second sign is that you start questioning the patterns that were normalized in your family. You start questioning everything. Things that may have been accepted before start to feel uncomfortable. It starts to feel uncomfortable to you. Toxic relationships, emotional abuse, physical abuse, unhealthy communication, a lack of accountability, generational trauma. You begin to see clearly that some of the things that were considered normal were actually unhealthy cycles being passed down. And now you see it. You can't unsee it. The third sign is that you start feeling a responsibility to yourself to heal. Not just for yourself, but for your children as well. You realize that the emotional environment your children grew up in will shape their lives. So you start doing the inner work, so they don't have to carry that pain, that trauma with them. This is how generational cycles begin to end. The fourth sign is that healing can feel lonely. Yes, family, it can feel very lonely. This is something people don't really talk about enough. When you start to heal, growing and becoming more aware, you may notice that some people around you are not ready to heal. They're not ready to grow. They're not ready to do their inner work. They're not ready to face themselves, family. And that can feel isolating and lonely. But being the cycle breaker often requires walking a path that others in your family have never walked. The fifth sign is that you begin to observe your emotions before reacting. Instead of immediately responding out of anger or pain or trauma, you pause. You breathe. You reflect. You start asking yourself what you are feeling and why. This is how subconscious patterns begin to change, because many of our reactions were learned behaviors passed down through generations. When you pause and respond differently, you interpret that pattern. You interpret it. The sixth sign is that you begin doing the inner work. Yes, family, you begin doing the work. Breaking generational cycles is not just about talking about it. It's about being about it. It's about doing the work. Actually doing the work. Self-reflection. Yes, self-reflection, sitting in silence. Prayer, speaking affirmations, speaking a declaration over your life, over your children's life, declaring what you want, telling the universe and God what you truly want, meditating. It's all different forms and types of meditation. Going to for yourself and with your children, energy healing, Reiki, hypnotherapy, trauma release, all different types of healing and energy work, journaling, taking time to sit to yourself and write down your thoughts, how you feel, what happened. Whatever path leads you towards becoming a healthier and more conscious version of yourself. And the final sign is that your healing changes the future for your children. When you heal yourself, you change the emotional blueprint that your children grew up with. Your awareness becomes their protection. Your healing becomes their freedom. So, if you have ever felt like the different one in your family, the one questioning old patterns, the one trying to heal, the one trying to create a better life for your children, you may very well be the cycle breaker of your bloodline. And that is so powerful. And it is powerful work. Because when you heal yourself, you don't just heal the past, you heal the future. Peace and blessings, family. Again, my name is Lene, Master Healer, Master Teacher, Oracle, Light Worker, here to guide you to your higher consciousness. If you feel that this message resonates with you, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. To click the link in my bio if you feel called to work with me to go in depth on your healing journey. I'm here as a guide to help guide you to your higher self. Love you always. Namaste.